Hey everybody, how are you? 4th of July is upon us. Very stressful time for dogs, very stressful time for owners. A lot of dogs have massive anxiety, they panic, and they actually escape from the yard. I want to stop that with you. Over the years, I've worked with so many dogs that have struggled with this, and I see the pain that it causes families. And I've had to deal with it with some of my own dogs, and I wanted to stop it personally as quickly and as effectively as possible. So that's why we came up with this course to help others like ourselves who are also struggling with issues around fireworks and thunderstorms and any other loud noises. This course is going to walk you through step by step on how to eliminate these problems so you and your dog can have a way better life, lot less stress, lot less anxiety, and you'll actually be able to leave the house during the 4th of July, during thunderstorms, and not worry about what's happening back home. Well, imagine that you can finally have a holiday weekend or a holiday, or you don't have to worry about thunderstorms, and you can actually go out and enjoy family time. You don't have to cancel trips. You don't have to worry about how your dog is doing. You don't have to drug up your dog. You don't have to necessarily put your dog somewhere when there's a storm. You know your dog can safely be at home, relaxed and stress-free. So what do? We came up with a Bang and Boom course, and it's a great course that's designed strictly for dogs with sound issues. And it is really catering to the market, helping the marketplace out so much, because so many dogs struggle with thunderstorms, with fireworks, with loud noises, with even smoke detectors going off, with fire alarms, with the microwave beeping. So many loud noises dogs struggle with, and they go into instant flight mode, panic mode, and we designed this course to eliminate all those issues. So a lot of people have said, well, I've tried everything. My response to that always is, well, you've tried everything you know about. You know, I do think that most people are trying very hard, but they can't find the right answer. So we have got the answer for you. Our courses are working, our solutions are working, and they eliminate the problem, not just manage it. Once you solve these issues with your dog, you can have just such a less stressful life. Not only is your dog less stressful, not only is your dog not destroying things, not breaking things in the house, not breaking out of kennels, not busting through doors, not ripping through sheetrock, but so you're saving some money there, but you are less stressful. You can enjoy family time. You can enjoy personal time. Go to the link below, buy the course. We open it up every June for everyone to get because there's a huge demand. You have enough time to make sure that you get your training in, that you role play things, that you can make sure that your dog is going to do fine this 4th of July. And we got a lot of thunderstorms coming up. Good morning, everybody. We've got our Boom and Bang live. This is, let's go through the course. If your dog has got fear of loud noises, loud sounds, even of visible moving objects, this is going to be great for you. So all your fireworks, all your rainstorms and thunder, all your loud crashing sounds, dogs that are nervous around all different environmentals. We're doing this inside today, but this can be applied inside and outside. This will actually get your dog over fear. We've done this thousands of times successfully. So like a lot of our courses, a lot of people out there are doing the opposite to do, and what we're doing is wrong, but for some weird reason, we've done this thousands of times successfully. So we want to share that knowledge with you. This is going to be about 30 minutes, I don't know, 60 minutes, I don't know. And then there's a Q&A, which we'll do. And then you have homework to do all day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning at
10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. We're going to do just Q&A on this course.
Yes, if you guys
So
are
it's
struggling or
So it's
whatever.
a two-part series called the troubleshoots. All right. But this is how you get your dog over things. Also, we're utilizing the place command, and we're utilizing kennel up. But we're not going to go through the whole how to teach place, but the videos are in your portal underneath the bonus material. So we've pulled videos from Being the Graduate 1 on how to teach place and how to teach kennel up. We have a very specific way to do that. In place, the dog has to be in it down. In kennel up, the dog has to be in it down. So we're going to go over those things. These things are very important. Everything I do is very important. There's a reason behind everything I do. You're gonna see Misty, who is, she already, like, we've already tested like the sound effects of the fireworks. She's already starting to like pant and get stressed. Your dog is going to be stressed throughout this. The dog will be stressed. The dog probably will not take food because it's stressed. That's where food training fails. Keep in mind that 95% of our training is reward based, but to get your dog over these protocols, a lot of it is going to be, yes, proactively working on commands, but also it's going to be punitive, which goes against what your heart tells you to do, and it goes against the popular narrative. Oh my gosh, my dog's afraid of thunder and you're shocking my dog. It's like, no, I can't tell your dog today. By the way, this dog is a biting dog with hands around its head. So we've gotten the dog over that after day 1, but now when the dog goes into a fear state, we'll see. What we are doing is we are stopping the flight response. When a dog is fearful, what do? They fight or flight or freeze. All right. What we want the dog to do is this. I can't tell you today to not be afraid of the lightning, the thunder, the sounds, motions. Like we have dogs that are afraid of trash cans. We have dogs that are afraid of cars coming up from behind you. The philosophy is the same for all of these fear-based things. All of them. Where a dog wants to flee, a dog wants to lunge at something, all of those things are corrected through an application of a punisher to instill an inhibitor to change the dog's behavior, not just physical behavior, but eventually the mindset behavior. This absolutely does change the way your dog thinks of things. It's very important to understand that. So the dog will just start making better choices, where the dog will just lie down and not care. Lie down and not care. So the dog is obsessed with Courtney. Courtney just moved out of the room. And so I've got to correct the dog from breaking place. And again, I'm going to show you like a little bit of place, but to learn start to finish how to get your dog to rock and roll place command, rock and roll kennel up, which we have got very strict protocols on. That is going to be as an addendum and your bonus material in your course. So please watch it from start to finish. Don't go right to what I'm doing, because the dog has already learned over the last 3 or 4 days how to do the place command. It's
Yeah,
very, very
and her
important.
owner was already doing green to graduate with her, so we've been able to progress her pretty much all the way to corrections for
Right.
place in a very short amount of time.
So it's going to seem unfair, but the dog's already had the training, so that's very important to understand.
But a lot of you guys might already have dogs that know place as well, but they either can't hold it for long periods of time or can't hold it around distractions. This all applies to your dog too. Because if your dog knows place, you've got to get them out of kindergarten and you've got to start correcting them now for non-compliance.
All right. So while I'm doing this, Joelle might interrupt me with a question, or she might just wait till the end. We'll see. But just to give you a gist of what it is, so place is go to the mat and lie down, and kennel up is go into your kennel. So if I say break, good job. Place. And right now we're going to be using the remote, so I can just do lower level NCS. So watch what happens. The dog understands that when I give the dog information, it should lie down. Dog's distracted by Joelle moving about. So that was the dog getting into the down position. And when you're on NCS with the remote, you'll understand. The last thing I want anybody to be doing is like the dog is not educated on the remote. The remote is teaching your dog another language. Oh, just push a button, your dog will lie down. No, it will not. It will flee. So, but you have time. You can have all of this done by, so let's say you don't get this course until Thursday. You can do it. Friday, you can do it. Saturday, you can do it. You'll be ready for Monday.
At least leash work. You don't necessarily need to get to remote, but we have dogs learn place in a day or two to where they know it very proficiently.
So if I don't have a remote, what do? Great. Good job. Missy. place. So if my dog doesn't lie down, break. Place. No. I can correct like that manually. All right, I can correct like that manually. So you don't have to even be remote literate. So your dog has to understand the place command, and your dog has to understand kennel. Kennel is also very specific. The dog has to lie down in the kennel. I'm giving the dog information right now with the remote. Can we redo that? Kennel. Vote. Use it.
There we go.
Good, all right. Again, this is more advanced, but meaning the dog has already learned to lie down at the remotes with the remote. So this is your bonus material. Please don't just be correcting your dog for something it does not know when it comes to obedience. This is on the obedience spectrum. Is everybody understanding that work has to be done prior to this? And then I'm not going to take up 30 minutes of your time teaching you how to get to where we are right now, when the videos are available, which will show it in complete detail. Is everybody understanding that?
Yes, understood.
Okay, it's very, very important that we put everything into context, especially if it comes out of my mouth. All right, so now I've got my dog to understand, go to place, lie down.
Kennel.
Go to kennel, lie down, go to place, lie down. So those are two commands now that I'm going to use to help my dog get over a lot of its fear. And someone might say, what happens if I'm on a walk? We'll go through that verbally, but we're not taking the dog outside for a walk right now because we're not set up for live streaming outside today. All right. So we all know that the rules apply for the kennel. Just because I open up the door, the dog doesn't come out. Break. Place. And I just gave the dog a quick nick and the dog lies down. All right, now. This is what we're gonna do. Let's activate the sound. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get that leash fixed. And activate the sound. I'm gonna ask Courtney to refrain from walking behind the dog. Okay, all right. So let's go now with the sound. So.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Go ahead.
I want to start it out low before we start high, obviously.
Right,
And we're gonna put the box is right there. Point to it, Jeff, on the chair.
the box is right there, about 1.5 meters away from me. But first, let me just say one thing. Your dog is going to be nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, your dog is going to be stressed.
Yep.
This is why owners are not successful, because they've been told the dog is stressed, the dog is showing stressors,
Yep.
the dog is over threshold, stop. You're doing it wrong.
Especially once it starts getting a little bit messy, which I have a feeling it will with her. So many owners will give up at this point.
Right.
We do the opposite.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's get you over this so we don't have to struggle for the rest of your life.
Yes, you need to learn how to work above threshold. It's fair. You can correct your dog above threshold, but you need to do your homework first. That's why, again, how to teach your dog place with just a leash and the collar, how to teach your dog place by layering the remote over it is available. Please watch those. So now the sound gets activated.
So you guys might not even hear it because we're mic'd up, but I'll let you, it's a YouTube video just called Firework Noises. I'll put my mic switch in here. It's just little YouTube noises and fireworks. Okay, so we're starting it at a pretty low level.
So then what I'm gonna do is work the dog. Great.
And I'll gradually start increasing the volume as she's doing better and better.
Good. stage of chewing and taste food. Okay, so she got that stress.
So I'm gonna increase volume. Yeah, move the box around.
Hello.
Gonna increase volume again.
And what are the rules for the panel? Again, line down the panel. Right, so now it's just down. Now, going.
Can you guys hear us? Yes, with the music on the whole time, but I just want to make sure you guys can hear us because these fireworks are really loud.
All right, so we can utilize now place. Broken dog runs complete. Place. Not in a relaxed state. What happens now is.
So she's shaking, she's nervous.
Iron, we're stressed right now. That's why this is so important. Through the stress. Around a lot. Very uncomfortable. Anytime she gets up, use the remote, so you're down, is you already done.
Everyone's saying you sound gargled. I'm not sure why. Maybe put your mic somewhere else. Can you guys hear him now?
Is this better? Is this better? Better?
Yeah, everyone's saying it's better.
All right.
But notice her body positioning. She's avoiding, she's salivating, she's nervous, right? How many owners now would be like, holy shit, like, I better stop working my dog now. Like, she looks terrible.
Right.
The fireworks are going to be diluted, guys, because we're on a mic. So you're going to hear our voices over the fireworks.
Right.
Just know it's very loud. I have that Bose speaker maxed out. It's extremely loud. So, but the mic is always going to pick up our voices because we're mic'd up. That's the whole idea. Yeah. So she's trying to avoid working, wants to play. So notice the hesitancy to get in the kennel now because the firework noises.
So we all know we can prevent the fish dog, get it down. Okay, that's what's great about the remote. You see that? You're standing up. Just gave a quick nick and a working level. She goes into it down. So what we're doing is we are making the dogs deal with it. Remember that phrase. When you have a dog that's afraid, skittish, fearful of something, if they make them do the obedience command, if you've already put the work in. So you put the work in first before the distraction. Now the distraction, if the dog wants to flee, or if the dog is confused, you would make the dog do it. It's okay. You're being told that it's not okay, but it is okay. So in about a week, maybe 2 weeks, the dog would get over it.
But for the meantime, like 4th of July is this weekend, at a minimum, we can stop the fleeing and the flighty behavior. It's like, no, you can't go hide under a bed. No, you can't break out a window. No, you can't break out of your kennel. We've got to get this dog to know that at least there is a sense of safety in staying in one place.
Right. One more thing also, notice how there's a leash on the dog. I
Yeah,
don't care if your dog is fully trained, if it's fearful around these distractions, put the leash back up. So many times people say, my dog ran and hid underneath the bed behind the couch, and I couldn't get my dog back. I'm like, well, then why was the leash on the dog?
so everyone wants to hear how loud the fireworks are. So I'm gonna put the mic next to them for a minute so you can hear how loud this
And
really
I won't
is.
get my eat, so.
What's her working level?
Doesn't matter.
She's on technically like corrections now, so working levels don't matter, especially when a dog is in a heightened state of fear. Your level's gonna be way higher than they normally are.
So the working level, it's not fluctuate, but the reason why I don't say, let's turn this down for a minute. The reason why I'm not gonna tell you what her working level is, because it literally does not matter to what you are doing with your dog. And that's what messes up owners, and there's the level, the e-collar level gatekeepers out there that say never go above a certain level. So I'm not going to tell you what this dog's working level is, because it has no value to you whatsoever. I'm only going to tell you what is valuable, because I don't want you to use her level to determine what your level is at all. It does not matter. It does not matter. We've had dogs, while we're doing this protocol, we've had dogs work below 10 and in the 60s. So if I said this dog's working level was 10, but your dog needs a 30 or 40 when it's stressed, it's a disservice to tell you 10. Because if you go to 30 or 40 and you heard that you shouldn't go up so high, you will not be successful. All I'm doing is this. I can have tape over this. I never care about the levels, because I pay attention to the dog. I pay attention to the dog. All right.
So here's an interesting comment. Pam said, before I was educated by you guys, I would have given a treat. So think about it.
Which part would you, which stage?
Right, like this dog is so nervous. What is a treat doing?
Right,
You're enforcing a state of fear. You're reinforcing a state of fear, technically.
but like, we keep in mind, we food train dogs.
Mhm.
The dog's already been food trained to do kennel up. The dog's already been food trained to do place. So now we're just on non-compliance. Now we're on non-compliance. We've already done our homework, which you have now
Yeah.
in your, we've given you how to teach place and how to teach kennel up in your portal. It's
Yeah,
in
like
your portal.
she already knows place, and rewarding her more isn't gonna keep her on place when she's afraid. She'll just take the treat and continue breaking command. The only thing that's gonna keep her on place now is holding her accountable for what she already knows.
So here's a good example where I can pop, and dog can pop, we're going over there and sniffing. So I don't need to use the remote. Remember, please watch the videos. So your dog is, the biggest thing that people need to get over is seeing a dog that's shaking, nervous, salivating, that always wants to flee and not giving into it. Yes, again, I'm saying, standing here today in front of you, saying you make your dog do the commands that it already knows. It already knows place, it already knows kennel up, but its fear overrides that, So then what happens is it wants to flee and correct it for the flight response.
Let's see, if you don't have access to a crate, would you enforce place on the bed?
Yes, but why don't you have your dog crated up though? I'm asking. I would, all dogs understand crate protocols, but you can go out today to your local store and buy a crate. Walmart sells crates. If you go on to Amazon and order a crate today, it'll be here tomorrow. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but crating though, especially around the holidays, family gathering, little kids over your house, which are friends of your kids, crate is actually extremely helpful. It's not because it's the dog's safe place, it's because this dog can't bite, flee, or anything. Also, if your dog tries to break out of the crates, we have protocols on that. We have protocols.
Can you just show them Spooky? There is 2 other dogs here, guys, and they are not fazed by this at all because of the work Courtney's already been doing with them. Spooky's literally sleeping in his kennel right there. He picked his head up because Jeff was there, but he was passed out sleeping. And why are these 2 dogs not fazed by it? Spooky came in highly reacted to everything, doorbells, every little noise. He's on high alert. He's already been pushed past this stage weeks ago. He's been here 6 weeks. So he got over this stuff his first couple of weeks here. And now he's totally relaxed and calm. Misty will be there too. She's just going to need a little bit more time, but it all starts out looking like this.
But we also have not taught this dog to double down yet. So we would also put the dog into a double down, which is the head down.
Yeah.
You don't teach the double down when your dog is like this. You double down when the dog is in a much calmer state. You do thunderstorms as well?
Yeah. Heidi said, I have crates. I'm asking because what if you're someplace random with a loud noise or fireworks? I see.
So I understand. Okay, so then you would reinforce your down command. So you do this with the down as well, and I'll demonstrate that right now. So great. Good. So say I'm somewhere randomly, what I can do is now. Good, again, the dog knows down already. So now I can reinforce the down command as well.
All right. So I have thunderstorm
So
noises
now we
going.
have thunderstorm noises. Dog is being corrected. I would consider that about a 2 out of 10 on the correction scale.
Pam said, I've been told by dog trainers to give treats during fear, throw treats on the floor, give treats to strangers. It makes such perfect sense now.
Yes.
So I think you guys helped me think for myself more and analyze situations in a different light.
Thank you. Use common sense. Again, we train this dog with food. Like this dog was trained with HVTs, high value treats. That's how we train this dog to do all of its basics. I understand that, but this is what you're being told. You're being told if you want to create a positive association with the sounds, then you actually have to food reward it. So many dogs won't take food though. We have dogs that won't take food when there's no distractions. Food fails. Compulsion doesn't fail. Meaning force. But you're here for the force free people to get never to do force, always use a reward, always try to create a positive association. But for some weird reason, we keep having success after success after success, and we have dogs that lie there, they'll fall asleep. They'll fall asleep in the middle of fireworks. In the middle of the Florida thunderstorm, they fall asleep. So for some weird reason, the way we get dogs over here, whether it's trucks going by on the walk, cars going by, for some weird reason, when a dog tries to break command, if we give it a hard correction, put it back in command, if we have a dog that's off leash and it wants to flee, and we allow it to flee, and we correct it for clean. And then as it gets closer to us, what we do is we're like, correction stops, the dog learns at the safest places by us, not running away. It's incredible what you can get dogs over.
So we can do this with tons of noises, right? So now we're gonna do motorcycle noises, which usually scare dogs a ton. And the speaker is like full blast. You guys can get any of these, like, you know, Trev Lab speakers, Bose speakers. They get very loud. The neighbors probably love us right now. But she's nervous. It's obvious she's nervous. And like, I was having this discussion. This is what literally sparked this course, because I was here with Courtney 2 days ago. And we were like, oh, let's just see like how she does with fireworks stuff, because the 4th of July is coming up. And we got maybe 2 minutes into the session and I was like, stop, like, let's just stop, because this will be a great educational piece for a course, because I'm just watching Courtney work and obviously she has a skill set. She's very good at what she does. And I'm like, how many owners would have given up by now? Probably a lot. You second guess yourself. You're like, holy shit, this dog isn't even like comprehending a single thing I want. So until you've experienced it and actually pushed a dog through it, it can be stressful for the human trying to do it all too. Because it's like, am I doing this right? Am I not? Am I making things worse? We've just done it so many times and we get dogs over it every single time.
Mr. Kettle. No.
So notice now we're changing up the picture. We're making it harder for her. She's having a really hard time with it. She's like, well, you just wanted me to hold place. You didn't ask me to start running through reps of drills. So mix it up too. Make the dog start thinking.
No. Yeah, sorry.
Resisting to go in the kennel.
And now the dog's not in it down. So I gotta give the dog information on the remote that says to lie down again. The dog understands the information that I'm giving it because of all the homework that we have done, which is included in your course. But guess what? It takes you a day to teach it to your dog. 1 day.
Mhm.
So you can teach place on the leash in 1 day, and then later the remote in 1 day, and then do what I'm doing right now. So even if you bought this course on Saturday or Sunday, but also this is applicable year round because so many dogs are nervous and fearful. Without the thunderstorms,
Mhm.
without the fireworks, they're just nervous and fearful with like, hey, all right,
Right. And you're gonna remember too, Misty is a reactive dog. Like humans walk in the house, she's barking. You walk too close to her, she's barking, she's growling. So like we've stopped that behavior, but guess what we have underneath now? We have a very insecure dog who has not gotten enough exposure, socialization, things like that. So this will all help boost her confidence. Actually, this is a very big confidence boosting exercise for her. And like, let's say she wasn't afraid of noises at home. Maybe her owner has never even seen this before. It could be coming out just because we're pushing her. We're demanding more of her. We're trying to find cracks in her training. This all, believe it or not, plays a role in her rehab process too.
Do we have the the intake video?
Yeah, I have that.
Can we attach that in the course as well?
Yeah.
Okay, attach that.
Yeah, she was just barking at everything.
Yeah. And also she would bite. So now the bite risk has gone up. So this is what her triggers were. Her triggers of biting was eye contact. So if I would do eye contact.
Oh, her owner's on here too. Hey, Tiffany, guess what? We had a client walk in here the other day with her on place that she's never met. I have a video of it. Not a peep. She held place. She stayed neutral, not a growl, no loading. And we literally told the client, walk right in the front door. Don't even knock and just stare at her in the eyes. And she did great.
Yeah.
So I'll put that video up soon.
So eye contact was a huge trigger for her. Men are a huge trigger for her. Also, hands around the head is a huge trigger for her as well. So imagine this. Now we've got, even if we got the dog over the eye contact, and even if we got the dog over the hands around the head, when the fireworks are activated,
Yeah, new stressor.
when the fireworks are activated, okay? Now, we're activating the fireworks right now. Right now, we got motorcycles, which reminds me back to the time when I hung out with the Hells Angels in Rhode Island.
So Tiffany, her owner, said, yeah, she's never seen like this noise fear before. amazing crack, so amazing. You guys have made such progress in such a short time.
So now, when you have a dog that's at a higher level of stress, things get dangerous for the hand.
Yeah.
So, I need making eye contact with her. Okay, I'm increasing the bite risk, and then also, I need putting my hands on her head like this. This was a bite trigger for her, all this stuff,
Yeah.
all this stuff. Just kidding. All right. All right, let's see, 35 minutes of course. Q&A about getting dogs over here.
Well, here's a question. How long of a session will you do starting out? And then how long will you go as they progress?
That's a really great question. What's that?
Logan.
So Logan, great question. So this is the thing. We will work this is what you're told. Okay, so you're told short sessions. Now, yes, we have short sessions a lot. But for something like this, we've been going 35 minutes pretty strong. I would probably work the dog an hour through this high stress situation. The reason is this. I want to work dogs above threshold. I want to work dogs above threshold for as long as I can. And then I want them to listen above threshold. Do you know why? As soon as we walk out that door, Mother Nature says, Jeff, I don't care about your training. I don't care about your training philosophy. I don't care about what is online. Mother Nature does not have a computer. So Mother Nature does not have a Facebook page, an Instagram page. She has a TikTok page, but that'll be banned pretty soon. So what happens is we need to work the dog above threshold. We work the dog above threshold. Now, our next step, our homework is getting the dog to do a double down, which is the head down.
And now she's starting to whine. You guys are going to see a lot of this like anxiety start to come out because she has not like, we've sort of taken away all the coping mechanisms, right? You can't run away, you can't bite, you can't whine, you can't bark. So you're going to see a lot of this come out. And this is the stuff that owners struggle with the most. And that's why we wanted to show this. Like, how do you troubleshoot this now? Now I'm left with a nervous, shaking, fearful dog. I should have just let it run under the bed and hide. It's like, no, work them through this, and you'll see everything else will get better. Because it was never just about the fireworks. It's never just about the motorcycle. It's usually something underlying going on there.
So let me see if I can get her to do a double down now. This is the worst time to train a double down.
Well, let me shut the fireworks off, right?
Yeah.
So we can at least get them in
It's not going to ruin the double down. So watch. Let me see if I can do a double down now.
So close. She might need some leash help. Just trying to figure it out. There we go. Still sniffing. So I feel like she's using sniffing as like that's almost like her coping mechanism now.
Yeah.
To avoid the work.
Right now, she's too high of a level of stress to do the double down, which she's not when you do double down, right? But notice how, so here we go. This is a better example. Notice how her head is up and she's panting heavily. All right, watch what we do. Watch what we do. I can momentarily stop that, which eventually will be later to be a permanent stop. Watch. Okay, I've got a half-ass double down. So we keep getting growing on that.
So Julie asked, like, how can I stimulate the vibrations of fireworks? My dog has no reaction to the recording, no matter how loud.
So what you can do is this.